My name is Krista White, and I am the Executive Director of the Milwaukee Striders. I got involved with the Striders because my husband was a Strider, and we wanted a club for our kids to run in. So when my daughter was probably 9, there was no question on whether or not we were going to the Striders. There are a number of other clubs around, but we decided to go to the Striders. Once a Strider, always a Strider, that's what we always say.
I am a former Strider. I guess once you're a Strider, you're always a Strider, but I'm a former athlete. I started running for the Milwaukee Strider Track Club in 1985. I have 5 children of my own that are here now, second generation Striders, that are doing pretty well.
It keeps us kids busy, and I know it probably keeps a lot of older boys, keep them active and keep them out the streets and keep them from doing things that they shouldn't be doing or being involved with.
My name is James Malone. I got involved with the Striders back actually when I was in high school, and I have 3 girls running right now for the Striders. They just love it like I loved it, you know, back when I was in school.
My name is Jaquil Robertson, and I've run here for the Milwaukee Striders. I've been running for them since I was 13, for 4 years now. And I graduated from high school, and I had the Milwaukee Striders to thank for it, because they gave me connections and the confidence to actually get into a college of my choice.
Our mission is for one, to develop an appreciation and an understanding of track and field. Then to help define and refine Strider skills, your sprints or your jumps or your throws. We get kids into college, and some of them never even thought about even being able to afford college or go to college, or not even knowing that as a choice. And then for them to come out here, I mean, they could be doing tons of other things, some productive, some not so productive.
You know, with the contribution of track, it has taught me so many things about passion and working hard that, you know, I was able to win a state competition in animated graphic design. You know, the coaches, even though the coaches don't know a lot about computers, but they were very inspirational and encouraging to me. And now, you know, I'm going to college, majoring in computer science on a track and field scholarship, as long as an honor scholarship and an academic scholarship.
Because we have so many scholarships coming out of the Striders, and I mean, famous people that come back and donate, like Michael Bennett, who's one of the football players still, or Robert Hackett, who's a strength and conditioning coach for the NBA, Brian Calhoun, who's also a football player. My mind just escapes me. It's just so many. Not everybody's going to be famous. Everybody is not Olympic material, but as everybody can increase their time and become a better runner or jumper or thrower, 100%. So you want to use this as a jumping stone so that you can move on to the next level. Because if you got a chance to have your school paid for, then they can go on and do what it is they want to do.
Yes, trust me, coaches all over the place. You never know who's watching you. So even behavior-wise, make sure you're out there representing yourself first, okay, and then the Joe SIms Milwaukee Striders.
He's one of the best coaches in Wisconsin because he does more for the athletes. He's just not like, this is not just his job, it's like his life. He takes it personal and he helps us out a lot.
When Joe Sims got ill, he asked my husband and I if we would keep the Striders going.
When Joe asked me to continue coaching, you know, after he took sick, it was more so I felt it was really something that was keeping him surviving. You know, knowing that it was something still there that he can come back to, and the program is still running.
My dad, he ran with Joe when he was younger, and he transferred from one school to another school to be with Joe, and Joe pretty much took my dad under his wing.
So Joe filled a void that was in my life, and my mother really appreciated that. She was really pushing for it because Joe had such a positive influence in my life, and actually kept me from a lot of things that were negative out there. You know?
It was not one day I can come out there and dog a 200 because Joe was right there letting you know at the finish line, you're going to run that again because I don't like the way you ran it. So that's one thing I got out of him, just the discipline factor that he did instill in me. And I needed that, especially at that time in my life.
He would push us a lot. Like, he knew everything. If you was doing something wrong all the way across the field, he would know what you're doing.
He'd drive over there.
He'd fix it right away.
Joe would see children from the other teams that we were competing against and say, come here. You know, if you did this, you'd run faster. If you did that, you would drop some times. If you did this, you would jump further. He was always helping. He did not care if we were competing against one another. He cared more about our performance. He just always loved to see the children perform well.
There was this one time I was doing hurdles for the first time. And, you know, my dad, he was just telling me to get into the hurdles. And, you know, I was really frustrated with it. Because, you know, me being young, I was, you know, just impatient and didn't want to learn anything. And then, you know, Coach Sims told me that he wanted to have a talk with me as far as hurdling. Because our team didn't have a lot of hurdlers, so, you know, he, the words that he said, you know, I heard him, but I didn't really see what he was talking about until then, like, you know, when I actually started taking it serious. And, you know, those words was, you know, anything that you want comes with hard work. And he said, you know, hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. And, you know, I took that was my motto. And, you know, the coaches here still enforce that. And, you know, it's what I live by as far as track since then, and I have a lot to thank for him about it.
We're always together. We function together, we work together, we work out together, we do our drills together, we warm up together, and they don't see that bickering and fighting. And this was a place they actually felt like they could strive personally and athletically.
All my siblings run track, you know, following under my footsteps since I am the oldest. You know, the role model that I set under the guidance of my track coaches help them see through me what track is all about. And, you know, my father, he has become a coach as well. So, you know, I'm constantly learning from him.
They do see the parents out here, they see the other adults that's involved and they're walking the track, or they come out here, they at all the track meets.
It turns into a little culture and a little family, you know. Something that's definitely needed in the community in which we live here in Milwaukee. You know, we don't get enough people looking at the positive side. We get too many people looking at the negatives and that all they see on the news, and then they think that everybody who lives here must be like that.
So basically we're team parents, and we're the help to the head coaches. And it's like a family environment here. So, and basically that was back then when I was a strider. You know, we were like family back then. So and I just enjoyed that then, and it just carries over to now. We bring that same kind of attitude and spirit to the track club now.
What it means to be a strider is that you have a family. You have a second family, a family that you're going to cry with because you didn't get to where you wanted to, a family that you're going to celebrate with when you reach those accomplishments. And I've not talked to one strider that has not remembered in their high school years how this has been the best experience they've ever had.
What it means to be a strider is almost like what it means to be human in this world. You know, it's so important to me. You know, it's almost like another half of my heart. You know, because I love track, and my family's all about track, and me being a strider is almost, it's like family that I was invited to. You know, they always have my back and I always have theirs, and just knowing that is an excellent feeling for me, and I always treasure it.